In night vision video from a Navy destroyer, a mysterious flying triangle above the deck of the ship. The Pentagon confirming the images obtained by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell were taken by Navy personnel.
The Pentagon has confirmed a strange and unexpected sight captured by Navy personnel off the coast of California. The video shows flying pyramid-shaped objects hovering above the USS Russell and another warship.
It was leaked by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell.
Do you see the Pentagon confirmed leaked images of videos of UFOs buzzing over the Navy? Did you see that?
Well, Erica, there's another such video out that the Pentagon has confirmed that military in the state shot, and this is it. It was taken aboard a U.S. warship in July of 2019. It's a night vision shot that appears to show several unidentified triangles that are flashing in the clouds. This is off the coast of San Diego. And one of the triangles appears to join other triangles before the video abruptly ends. Again, the Pentagon has said this is a video shot by our personnel.
Christine, yeah, so this filmmaker, he just released this video that was taken by the U.S. Navy. He says that this is the best UFO video that has ever been released to the public.
And it was covered by so many news organizations with like 2 million hits, 1 million hits, and CNN, 1 million hits. Let's just take, it was leaked. That means that they don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know the truth. They're trying to keep secrets from you. And because it was leaked, you know that this is going to be some of the most devastatingly impressive video that they have and they want to keep from you. With the US Pentagon says leaked UFO video is authentic and UFO caught on camera. Pentagon confirms leaked images and video are real from 7 News Australia. Or Pentagon confirms UFO video is real, taken by Navy pilot. CNN 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And so it goes on. You know what would be really embarrassing is if it turns out that you could recreate these videos.
UFO, oh my God, it's vanished. That must mean it's got some sort of cloaking technology as, oh my God, it's reappeared again.
With a piece of aluminium with some holes poked in it.
Expected to be a part of a report on unidentified aerial phenomenon to be presented to Congress this summer.
Yeah, within seconds of seeing this, I knew exactly what it was. Being an astronomer for some 40 plus years and having spent a lot of time under the stars might have helped a little. It's a plane. It's an out of focus plane flying past some out of focus stars. Or no, let's be fair. It might be aliens. It's just they're so generous in turning their FAA compliant navigation lights on when they're flying around Earth. But people kept sending it to me. And then I checked out some of the videos, which had millions of hits on them.
What you're seeing are vehicles with a propulsion system that is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion system, that these craft might possibly be gravitationally propelled.
How did Fox News describe it again?
Christine, yeah, so this filmmaker, he just released this video that was taken by the U.S. Navy. He says that this is the best UFO video that has ever been released to the public.
Wow, the best video footage ever. Finally, it's all over. Gone are the days when video footage was mocked for being out of focus 144p shaky cam video. Now we're going to get real, amazing, high-definition video proof of aliens.
So the Defense Department, let's put this up there on the screen, has confirmed a leak video of an unidentified aerial phenomena that they say is real.
No, we're still at the 144p shaky cam video, shot by people who couldn't operate a camera, or in this case, focus one, even if the aliens arrived from the future and landed right in front of them.
UFO! UFO!
But people are paying attention as to what exactly is going on here. And I think this is probably the most significant confirmation of a real video incident since 2017.
Ah, yes, 2017. When the US military was taking seriously the threat of not planes, but birds. Probably some sort of duck.
And that would include this video. It shows two Navy pilots encountering something bizarre off the east coast of the United States. Watch this.
Echo 6-1 Tango. Roger, Roger. Got it! Roger. There's troubleshooting. Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay.
Okay, so he says there that he didn't box a moving target. He's auto-tracking something that's in the field of view. Okay?
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow.
Okay, these are guys who fly for a living, who know what other airplanes look like, including those maintained by foreign governments, and they're totally shocked by this. This is one among many incidents like it, including many that have happened in the middle of the day to sober people, lots of independent...
Yes, lots of witnesses, independent people, none of who could actually operate a camera such that the UFO doesn't end up looking like a dirty spot.
Previously, they've said advanced unknown aircraft
do in fact show aerial phenomenon the Navy cannot explain, and that in fact our understanding of physics cannot explain.
I mean, your suspicion should have been first clued in when, yeah, you can just about make out it flapping its wings. You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, all you really had to do was understand what the numbers on the display meant, and you could work it all out, with maybe the most simplest being the range to the object coming up as about 4 miles, which means, seeing as you know the field of view of the camera, you can work out that the object is about 1 meter long, about the size of a decent bird, and it's whizzing along because the plane is at about 20,000 feet, the bird at about 10,000 feet, and the plane is going past it at about the speed of sound.
These aircraft carriers that many of these UFOs have been interacting with, obviously these are billion-dollar assets. And if the official position of the most powerful Navy in the world is, frankly, little more than we don't know what this is, I don't think that's good enough.
But these must just be weather balloons, right?
Well, the weather balloons that are expressing technologies that are far beyond our current understanding of aerodynamics, things that are maneuvering in ways that no aircraft that we are currently aware of has that capability to.
Right? I think it's terrifying. I mean, this seems potentially like one of the biggest stories of my lifetime, and I don't care if it's about UFOs or whatever you call it. Something that we don't understand is getting very close to our military aircraft, and the government isn't responding adequately, and I hope you keep sounding the alarm on this.
You enjoyed that. You're damned right.
Probably the most significant confirmation of a real video incident since 2017.
Or maybe he's talking about Fravor and the Tic Tac UFO.
So here it is. I cut across, and I get to about half mile of it, so I'm about halfway across the circle. As it gets in front of me, it just goes poof, and it's gone. And it's gone like that fast.
Huh. What a curious time for something to vanish when you get level with it. Odd that.
What do you mean, poof, it's gone?
I mean exactly that. Like, it's 1 minute it's there, and the next second, it's like magic trick.
Bizarre thing is, you listen to the eyewitness accounts, and it was all amazing. Blow your socks off.
He went following it down, and as soon as he went like that, this thing popped straight back out of the water, back up to 28,000 feet. What?
It literally gives me chills listening to this.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely extraordinary.
Meanwhile, the best footage the F-18 Super Hornets in the Navy could get was a slightly twitchy camera mount on what looks like a distant plane. The evidence certainly contradicts the eyewitnesses that say they had no obvious signs of propulsion.
When we saw the video with the IR, it has no exhaust, no discernible things of anything form of propulsion.
It's clearly hot. It contradicts the eyewitness reports about it moving quickly.
Hey, this thing just turned on my nose. It's coming up.
And there's a bit of fear because now you're out there dealing with something that you have no idea what it is. It's actually reacting to what we're doing.
It clearly wasn't, and it contradicts the eyewitness reports about the pilot circling around.
Strange craft begins mirroring the turn rate of Fast Eagle.
287, 2 miles, Angels 5.
And it was only when they flew towards it that it shot off.
Commander is now about a mile away as he maneuvers his Hornet to get behind the unknown craft.
Meanwhile, the evidence shows the Super Hornet in straight, level flight. It's not doing any turns at all, and there is another object drifting across in front of it. Minus the contrails, it looks like two planes on slightly divergent courses. I mean, it's truly amazing how many unidentified flying object tic-tacs there are out there in aerial video. I mean, in this video, there are two squadrons of tic-tac UFOs tailing passenger airliners. Why isn't this front page news? I mean, why is no one talking about these tic-tac UFOs and what their intentions are? Or like this video, where you can clearly see a tic-tac UFO tailing a F-18 Super Hornet. And then, as the pilot moves to try and get a good view of this UFO, it engages some sort of warp drive or cloaking technology.
The fact that we have military personnel that witnessed multiple objects, and not only were they eyewitnesses personally, but we have it on official DoD video, it doesn't get better than that.
So let me get this straight. As good as it gets is some fantastic story about dogfighting with alien spacecraft in Super Hornets. And the only actual evidence you've got is some grainy video that corroborates none of the fantastic behaviors the pilot said he witnessed. Now, by far the most common defense from the believers is these are trained military professionals, not some nuts.
Okay, these are guys who fly for a living, who know what other airplanes look like, including those maintained by foreign governments, and they're totally shocked by this. This is one among many incidents like it.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but they're still people, and people compartmentalize stuff pretty well. I mean, as an example, I know trained professionals dedicated to discerning true patterns from false ones, and they're still conspiracy nuts. I know scientists who believe that 9/11 was an inside job. I know scientists who think that global warming isn't real. I know scientists who work in a virology department and still bought into all the conspiracy theories about the coronavirus and that hydroxychloroquine was going to solve it all. I mean, how? The guy who was in charge of the Human Genome Project was a creationist. Of course, you're going to get some UFO nuts who are fighter pilots.
I honestly don't know. I don't think that we have developed that technology. I don't think we developed it on this planet. We still, to this day, have no idea what it was, what we saw, what we chased, what we engaged.
Which is why you base this stuff on the quality of the evidence, which is somewhere between laughable and comically bad.
What you're seeing are vehicles with a propulsion system that is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion system, that these craft...
Wow, it's amazing what you can deduce from that out-of-focus video of a plane.
So, there was this amazing fleet of flying saucers. Oh, hang on, wait a sec. This is way too high resolution and stable to count as credible UFO footage. There was this amazing fleet of flying saucers out there. And then, all of a sudden, just like that, they all turned into triangles. And the triangles miraculously started rotating all in unison. How is that even possible? And then the triangles suddenly all turned into diamonds, and the diamonds rotated backwards and forwards all together. I mean, there is no human technology that would allow all of these spacecraft to fly and rotate together in unison like that. And then, even more incredible, to show that they're shape-shifting UFOs, they all turned into bells? Yeah, bells. So these are the most amazing shape-shifting UFOs you've ever seen. And then they turned into Christmas trees? Are those Christmas tree-shaped UFOs? I think they are. Wow, that's incredible. Meanwhile, of course, what you're actually looking at is just a triangular aperture, which is rotated to various degrees in front of the lens. The diamond-shaped one, of course, You just have a square-shaped aperture. And for those wondering how I got a bell-shaped UFO, well, there you go. That's how I got a bell-shaped UFO. It's just having one of those in front of the camera, like that. And of course, we have the Christmas tree aliens, just like that. Alternatively, if you don't like your fleet of triangular-shaped UFOs, because it's not illegal, you can actually just focus the camera, down to points. And then, of course, it's not quite so cryptic anymore. Cool. So here you have a typical camera lens, and usually with camera lenses, you have a focus, and you have this thing called an f-stop, which allows you to increase or decrease the amount of light that comes through a lens. And the reason, of course, you want to do this is when you go down to the high f-stops like this, it increases the depth of focus on your lens, and usually there's a little switch on these things that, so you focus it when you're getting lots of light through the lens, and then when you take your picture, you stop it down, and that means that you get nice depth of field when you take your photo, and then it opens back up again. This is old mechanical technology, this one. Cool, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stop it all the way down, and you'll see, because I've got the focus locked off on this now, that there are plates that actually cause the stop down. And in this case, there are 7 of them, which means that if I were to take pictures with this, and out of focus things with this, what you would see is something that looks kind of circular, but actually has 7 points on it. But this isn't the only kind of iris you can get on your camera. You can get them with 3, which means that the out of focus images look like triangles.
And at this point, I've got to give a tip of the hat to Mick West, who did a very good analysis on this. For me, it was instantly obvious it was a plane, and I just didn't even register that people would take it seriously. Anyway, he goes into loads of detail, identifies Jupiter in Scorpius, which instantly gives you the date and the field of view reference that you're going to be looking at here, and goes on to identify the stars that the plane flies by, the probable route of the plane, and even the lens that they probably used. Well worth a watch. He has some mercy for them. I do not.
Wow, look, the flying triangles. They're everywhere.
I know it's hard for people to really, wrap their head around it, but it is real. That's no longer a point of conjecture at this point. We are well beyond that.
This flying triangle even changes color. That's amazing. And look, it's going to meet another flying triangle. This is the most amazing evidence ever.
The script has flipped, and people are now taking this seriously and eliminating the unnecessary ridicule that has stigmatized the UFO topic.
This is the most compelling evidence for UFO. Oh my God, it's vanished. That must mean it's got some sort of cloaking technology as, oh my God, it's reappeared again. No one can, oh, hang on. Maybe if I focus a little. No, well, the people might see that just flew behind the building.
This is so important in order to, to get rid of that ridicule and the general, way that people look at this.
Oh no, if you show up with some video of a plane, an out of focus plane, and claim this is evidence of, what did he say?
It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion system, that these craft might possibly be gravitationally propelled.
You deserve all the ridicule that comes your way. I mean, for most people, remarkable claims require remarkable evidence. Not for these people. These are the people who will take the most mundane observation and include the most remarkable things from it. Say, for instance, I lost my keys. Well, I'm certain I know where I've left them, and they're not there anymore, so the only other possible explanation is someone has developed teleporter technology and removed my keys.
The 3 options are, is it our technology? Is it for an adversarial technology or someone else's technology? Or is it something completely different?
we're 99% sure it's not foreign adversarial technology. So that only leaves really one other option. It's someone or something else.
Well, that's certainly a counterintelligence conclusion. I wonder where he worked.
My background, I'm a former counterintelligence special agent.
Ooh, former. I wonder what happened there.
Are these 3 videos the only videos that you know of that the United States government has that shows unidentified aerial phenomena?
No, absolutely not. These are probably some of the least compelling videos. In some cases, we've seen these things 50 feet away from the cockpit.
Right. So, whoever leaked these incredible videos, for some reason, wanting to convince people that UFOs are real, they decided to leak the least convincing stuff. Because that totally makes sense. And of course, for reasons, aliens only do photo shoots with American aircraft. American military aircraft, where the pictures can be classified. They never go near passenger planes or other nations' planes or anything like that.
And it's getting increasingly harder to keep the cat in the bag.
Hell, even Elon Musk can see the problem with this, guys. Yeah, I think I'm just about beginning to work out why you're a former counterintelligence agent.
However, it was my understanding and the conclusions that I came to, and by the way, every other person in the program unanimously came to the realization that these things are indeed real.
Yes, indeed they are. Real birds and planes and no mercy. Yeah, drop your thumbs up for no mercy. Next video is going to be completely different. Hopefully it's going to be the Apollo 13 breakdown video, which goes into details like if their mishap had happened on the way back from the moon, everyone on the mission would have been dead within about 4 hours. And just how long was it after their mishap before the flight coordinator uttered the words, "I want you to figure out the minimum power to sustain life," which to me encapsulates the desperation of the whole thing a lot better than Houston, we have a problem. Anyway, the details are just mind-blowingly fascinating. It's going to be a long video, so it might be overtaken by another one, which is almost as engaging. I've got the first ever video of metallic water. But I have to wait for it to appear in print before I can make the videos. Keeping co-authors happy, that sort of thing. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on great uploads like that, make sure you hit subscribe. And as ever, if you really like the work of this channel, you can support it directly through Patreon. And thanks for watching.